Okay, now that you have your modeling clay made, I just stored mine in a container here. You can go ahead and take some of that out to make your pot. The first thing you'll want to do is to make the 3 to 4 inch pot that you're going to put your succulents in. So, having a surface, I just have an old tile here. You can use a cutting board, you can use paper plates. I have some tools here to work with. Just some plastic forks, an old toothbrush. Don't take your parents' toothbrush or your mom's. I have just a plastic knife here. This came out of some craft kit. I just have a pencil here. Anything that you have around the house that you can use to make. So I'm just going to kind of create my base here on my pot. So I roll up my ball of clay, and you're just going to make a little simple pinch pot. So I'm going to punch in my thumbs, pushing down on the surface. I'm going to kind of work my way out. And you want to do this first because you're going to need to make sure you make enough of the succulents to fit into the pot that you do. Now this is the time where you're just making a simple pinch pot, and using this surface here, I'm just going to kind of form it. Now you can make it round, you can make it oval. If you wanted to make a square one, you can shape it whatever shape you want. For your succulent, I'm going to make mine round. And the one thing you want to make sure you do is you want it to dry out slowly. A way to do that is just to take a plastic bag and cover it up. So about 1 inch high. I'll show you kind of the sides here. About 1 inch high. And you want to try and even out your sides all the way around. I'll keep getting hair in there, dog hair in there. So that when you're done, we can decorate the sides. Now, this would be the point where you want to add in any texture on your sides, and you can do that a variety of ways. Just taking any of the tools that you have, you can create little marks all the way around. So I'm going to add in some texture marks here. All the way around. And then I'll have little areas I can paint into when I'm done. If I want to add any texture to the outside, it's pretty pliable right now, so you got to kind of be careful on how you're doing it, how I want to add the textures to the side, but I'm going to just add some polka dots to the outside with my pencil. All the way around, and so I just have some different texture on the outside. And then I will set this aside to dry. So that's the first step that you're going to do, is you're going to create your pot using any of the homemade tools, or you can see I just used my fingers. And I'm going to form it, and it's about the thickness of my pinky. So that's about the thickness that you want it, and you want your base to be. So then I will set this aside to dry. I will set it on my paper plate here. And I will set this aside to dry, covering it with a plastic bag to let it dry out slowly. If it does crack, you can add and take regular glue and fill in the cracks. This is one that cracked quite a bit, and you can see I started to fill in the areas with some of the glue. And it'll help hold it together, and when we paint it, you won't see it. And these bottom part, you won't see anyway because you're adding the succulents to it.